please welcome Mr. Alessandro Vozza.
Hi. Welcome. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about OpenStack. Personally, I have to give my thanks to Fairbanks, because we go way back, me and Fairbanks, from 2011. It was Folsom or Grizzly times. They actually introduced me to OpenStack when I was working at a previous company. Michiel, Eric, Ben, Ruud, they were really helpful. And we run the community together, and it's working very well. So let's, what I'm going to talk about is, like, of course, OpenStack is a big momentum now. I'll give you my take on why it's so big and why it's now. I'm going to talk, of course, about why Red Hat is involved in OpenStack. And then I'll finish with some future vision of what is going to come next. That's always the most exciting part. It's not going to be a sales pitch, not too much. It's more like a walking with you through the journey of OpenStack that you are possibly already doing. So we are in the middle of exciting times for IT and in general for society. As you can see, there are challenges for everybody, and everybody is under a lot of pressure. And you can see that the arrows are pointing all to the center. I was one of the guys in the middle, getting pressure from business and from developers to get things faster, to get things better, with less money, and it's a lot of pressure, and we understand who is in the middle like that you want to get out of it. You want to leave work at 5 o'clock, go back to your family, and have a nice time. So that's why, because of this pressure, the workloads are changing. So there's a lot of pressure to be faster to the market, to get features to the customer as soon as possible. It's not easy to achieve. We still have the legacy of these traditional workloads that we have to carry on. Workloads like that, they won't just go away because we think is the way to go. Workloads have to be evolved into a new paradigm, a new cloud paradigm. So it takes time, but likely, yes. So cloud is the way to go. Everybody agrees on that. It's very clear. There's no question about it. So cloud brings benefits, and those are pretty easy to understand, like agility, less costs, and more innovation, which is the most important benefit that cloud can bring to you. It doesn't matter if you don't cut costs too much, but it does really matter if you can be more innovative than your competitors. It's a survival war. If you don't do this, you'll be kicked out of the market in no time. So it's a fly or fight question. So cloud has been adopted, of course. All these people, and public cloud, private cloud, software as a service, they rely on cloud, of course. They are cloud players. And what is common between them is that open source is the way they decided to go. So open source is taking the enterprise world by storm. So the question is, okay, you want to go cloud, you want to go closed source, or you want to go open source? And if you decide to go open source, and we think is the best choice you can make, then you look at the option out there, and OpenStack stands up as the most effective, the biggest community, the most adopted project. It was recently announced that OpenStack is the biggest open source project in the world. Alan presented all the numbers, so tens of thousands of developers, coding millions of lines of code, and it's very powerful and it's here to stay. So I don't need to convince you. It's like pitching to the choir, but you are here because you're interested in OpenStack or you're already working with it. So I just have a few slides to talk about why OpenStack is the right choice. OpenStack is really, it's more like a cloud operating system, but it's an ecosystem of hardware and software. What is it? Like an ecosystem. So all these components, they work together, and companies jump on the OpenStack bandwagon, and you can see you have so many vendors and so many different ways to implement OpenStack, and talking about networking and storage or compute nodes. And by the way, Red Hat supports all of this. We actively working with these partners to make OpenStack more interoperable with them, and to give more choice of freedom to the customers to choose what they feel is good for them or what they are more confident to use, and integrate OpenStack with all this ecosystem of hardware and software. Who is using OpenStack? Of course, I think among these 400 people a year, some of them are still in the 35% who don't want to see the obvious, but 65% of the respondents of the Gartner survey, they reply that they are looking at it and they are really interested in it, either because they don't want to be left out or because they see the opportunity to get these advantages I was talking before, agility, innovation. So you can be one of them. It's very easy. I'll show you how in a few slides. And of course, like you have multiple choice. If you are brave, like I did in the beginning, cloning from upstream, it's fine. It's an open source project, so everybody's welcome to clone and work on the upstream version. But enterprise-grade OpenStack is a different beast. It takes some time, it takes some effort. OpenStack is hard. It's very hard. Please don't believe anybody who's going to tell you that you can install it in 10 minutes or you can run a cloud in a day, because it takes a lot of design, a lot of processes, it's going to change the way you work. It's going to change the way you think of your own IT department and the way you interact with the rest of the business. So that's where Red Hat is shine in my way, in my view. That's why I joined Red Hat a few months ago, because it's the best option for you to run OpenStack. But don't take my word for it. Just look at the customers or try it out for yourself. Because why Red Hat is the best way to run OpenStack is because OpenStack is it doesn't live isolated from the operating system and from the hardware and from the rest of the application. It's just one component of a bigger picture. And OpenStack runs on Linux only. So you can run it on any kind of Linux. I'm not going to tell you which one. But there are a few enterprise-ready Linux distributions. And it doesn't come as a surprise that Red Hat Enterprise Linux is the choice the most common choice for most enterprises, because it's hardened, it's secure, it's optimized for performance. So Red Hat at some point thought this OpenStack thing is very cool, and we want to join the foundation. We want to offer it to our customers. And we were in the best position because we already kind of own the underlying operating system, and we can work to make OpenStack work with Linux, with Red Hat Enterprise Linux. We co-engineer the two components, and we make them better by putting effort in both sides of the equation. So that's why we didn't call it Red Hat OpenStack, or we call it exactly Red Hat Enterprise Linux OpenStack platform, because we put the emphasis on the Linux side. OpenStack is made by, of course, a lot of services, and they all work together. It's a very complicated thing, as you may know if you ever try to install it or to run it. But there are even more services that run on the underlying Linux layer, and that's where things can get very difficult and things can break. So we engineer both OpenStack and Linux to work together and to give the best of performance, security, and agility to your business. And you choose Red Hat for that and for the support we can give, for the certification we offer. We don't let you down in any case. If you are in the supported program and you, of course, pay for your subscription, and you run what we support, we will never let you down. We work with you to make things work, and we already support different hypervisors. The two most common hypervisors, of course, KVM is the state-of-the-art hypervisor for OpenStack, but we do realize that many customers, they come from the previous paradigm, from the previous world of enterprise virtualization, and 90% or something like 80% of the market is still owned by VMware. So we think that offering vSphere as a hypervisor is an added value to your business. And we do support it all the way. And we work with VMware to make the support even better. And on top of it, you can run any guest you like. Well, in the support list is quite extensive. Of course, we acknowledge the fact that people still need to run Windows, and they will run Windows for years to come. So we certify, together with Microsoft, Windows Server to run on our Red Hat OpenStack, Red Hat Linux OpenStack platform. So we give you, again, freedom, choice. We give you a stable platform, a secure platform. Then it's up to you to decide what runs on it. That's our approach. That's our the openness is what we do, is how we think, is how we operate, and what we offer to our customer, the openness and the freedom. And we have an ecosystem of partners. I don't know how many, but of course, like in this list, you can find some. We work together with our partners to take care of our customers in the best way we can. So we have a vision for the cloud. We think OpenStack is here to stay. OpenStack is part of a larger revolution that is going on in the IT world, and it's only one slice of the cake. You know, we start from infrastructure as a service, but we think that the added value to the business is something that goes on top of it. It's infrastructure as a service. OpenStack will be the basis where everything else will be run on. But we do think that the service that you run on top of this infrastructure, that's where the business, the top layer, is where the money are made. That's where you want to. That's where you want to focus. You want to have a stable platform, and you want to build on top of that. And luckily, Red Hat kind of have a holistic view of all this. We start from the bare metal. We install an operating system that we support and we make. We install an infrastructure as a service we support. We don't make, but well, many Red Hatters are contributors and technical leads in the OpenStack project. And on top of it, I'll show you in a moment what we can run on top of it. So I think I'm in time, but I will gloss over a little about these slides because my colleague Koen is going to give a breakout session this afternoon. So he's going to talk more about how Red Hat contributes to OpenStack. We are, of course, we've been involved in the project for a few years now, and we're still the largest contributor, or maybe we went back to the second place, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, what matters is that we contribute. We do our part. We take out of it. We run a business on OpenStack, of course, and we give back. We employ people who work full-time on making OpenStack and open source in general more awesome and a better fit for the enterprise. That's what we believe is the value that we bring to the open source community. As I'll just skip over, you have different choice. We have community versions. We have the supported version. It's the Red Hat Enterprise Linux OpenStack platform. This is our contribution to OpenStack, and it's quite. I'm proud of it. It's if you can be proud of something, you have to work not just for the money, but you have to work also for something more. And this slide makes me quite proud. So why we do what we do is because we believe OpenStack is represents a value to the enterprise, and we want to help our customers to get value out of it. And we do it by productizing open source project. And we do it everywhere. We do it from JBoss, we do it with Linux, of course, from the kernel. We do it with storage, we do it with OpenStack, and also the cloud management tools. Yes, and I'll leave, if you want to know more, of course, just be at the breakout session with Kun. You were, for those of you that don't use OpenStack just yet, you may wonder, am I ready for it? This is maybe too much for me. Should I do it or not? It's a very important question. I mean, you all care for your business. You have limited budget. You can do just any project because they are cool. You have to make a choice. And you have to look at yourself, look at your business, long and hard. You have to ask the difficult questions. Is my business, my applications, is the way I work ready for this? And sometimes the answer is just no, and it's fine. And you will probably be ready in a few years, so you know you have some parameters to judge your own business if it's ready or not for OpenStack. And likely, if the answer is no, then we also have something for you, something to cover all the bases. So if you're still on the left side of the screen, and you want to be on the right side, and you don't know how to get there, there's this chasm that you want to cross, then what you need is is our vision, which we call Open Hybrid Cloud, and hybrid because it joins the two sides of the spectrum of the application. So for this, it's not easy to do. It's not for everybody. But we have some help. So we have the management of clouds. We call it Cloud Forms. We recently even open sourced it. It's a company we bought a few years ago called ManageIQ. And what it's going to do for you is to ease the transition between the traditional workloads into the cloud era without breaking the bank or breaking your business or making everybody unhappy. So it brings together enterprise virtualization, either VMware or Red Hat Enterprise Virtualization, together with the cloud, either public or private, into one control plane. We call it Cloud Forms. And that's, if you think about this, is also what we see a lot of adoption with our customers, is OpenStack is just, as I said, it doesn't operate in a bubble of cloud or something. OpenStack has to talk to external customers or external network gears or storage systems, or it has to have user management. And all these aspects of OpenStack are either quite rough on the edges or not developed yet. But you have a business need right now. So that's why a cloud management platform like Cloud Forms comes into play. It gives you a complete view over all your infrastructure, either public cloud, private cloud, enterprise virtualization, multiple kind of virtualization platforms, into one big pane of glass where you can have control, accountability, chargeback. You can do all kind of fancy stuff with it. It's amazing. It's been voted like the best infrastructure as a service for. So you have your OpenStack cloud, but it's not enough. Compute, network, storage, it's just the beginning. You know, you need more. You need storage, for example. So just the simple storage of OpenStack maybe doesn't cut for you. And again, Red Hat can help you there because apparently we own the two biggest technology in the storage right now, which is GlusterFS and Ceph. We recently acquired Ceph, so as you know. So we can give you a whole spectrum of storage for your cloud. And I'll skip. So, and we cover everything, almost everything. So also what you run on top of it. So you have an OpenStack cloud. It's all very good and nice for you. And what you do with that? Maybe you want to see what's beyond the cloud, you know, what the cloud can do for you. And that's where, if you are aware of the DevOps mentality or concept, is where DevOps and cloud, they bring together, they come together and they give you a platform as a service. That's where your application runs. And We are also expert there. We also have a product for that. So PaaS, PaaS is the path to success. Is where your developers will love you because you're going to give them an easy to use, easy to consume, multi-language, auto-scaling, all kind of features that developers love. And if developers are happy, they're more productive, and they're going to make you awesome feature for your product. And it's all built on, again, on OpenStack, which is built on Linux, which is all supported and all taken care of by Red Hat. You can run it on multiple places, of course, like public cloud, private cloud, or your own bare metal servers if you want. So, I think I'm quite OK with the time for once. So, I invite you to try OpenStack. It's fun, as somebody said before me. It's a lot of fun. I've been having fun since 2011, since we started. And it's hard. It's very hard. We can help you there, but there's no shortcut. So download our 90 days trial, or download any other distribution. You can use a commonly available operating system like CentOS or RHEL. You can get in touch with us, of course. We can help you there. It's not just this. Of course, we have a special offer for the OpenStack conference today. So what we are actually training the next generation of cloud administrators and operators. It's hard, because talent in the cloud, in OpenStack, is very difficult to find. We are hiring, by the way, if you're willing to jump ship. But this is the most important thing. I think this is also something that we are proud of. We train. We don't just give you a cloud and say bye-bye. We train your operators. So if you register today, yes, you can visit the booth. We have 10 promotions. You can get the exam. You can get the self-paced online learning course for free. So there's a global promotion, but for this time, we have the first 10 are for you. Thank you. That was my last slide. And
Okay.